by doing this. Yeah.
So next up, we've got return record link instead of name when using lookups. I took this just to be as, find what you're looking for easier, because it's going to return more options, I guess.
It actually has, it has to do with that find as you type feature.
Okay.
And how the code is handling that to identify those records, making sure that the correct record is identified. Because it's possible you could be searching and you've got multiple records that have the same name, for example, or description, but a different number.
Okay.
So I think that there were some funky results happening because it was not identifying the correct record. So okay. I think this is just one of those, let's just classify this under the boring category.
All right. Next up, I see we've got one of Ken's favorites, and that is the report extensibility. I also saw on the interwebs that this was one of the more popular features.
Yeah.
So you can talk about it.
Yeah. So let's say for example, you have, that's just any report, aged accounts receivable report. So you run your AR aging report regularly, and you request a change to, I don't know, add the customer email address to that report. Up until now, if you want to make any change to that report, whether it's the data set that's used and the fields that are available or the layout, you would have to make a full copy of that report, and now in the copy you make your change. Well, what that means is you're now running a completely separate report. Mm-hmm. So if in the next release there's a change or an improvement made to the base report, you're not getting it on your custom report because you had to make that change. What this now adds is the ability to build what's called a report extension object. So you actually can make that change. You're still using the base report, and you've extended the base report. So now when Microsoft makes changes or improvements to the report, those are getting inherited into the report you're running.
So you're basically not taking ownership of it.
You're eliminating the need to create custom reports.
Gotcha.
Outside of the standard report structure.
Nice.
Right.
Real nice.
Very nice.
All right. Moving right along, we've got extension validation on upgrade. And I have here, see tenant upgrade failures before they happen. A new per-tenant extension validation service will be created that validates applications on different aspects. Pretty excited to see how that one works.
And the key here is, when are those validations done? They're done when the upgrade is scheduled.
Oh.
So in advance of it attempting to upgrade your environment, when they schedule the upgrade of the environment, it will run through all these extensive validations
and let you know,
and check for these potential issues and notify you at that point.
Nice.
So you're not getting to the point where your environment's going to get updated and then you find out that you've got a potential issue.
Nice.
So
next, we've got interface obsolete support. No clue what this is.
Yeah.
Just got question marks there.
Boring.
Yeah.
All this says is that interfaces can be obsoleted like other AL object types. So let's just leave it at that.
All right. Moving right along to things that I just don't know anything about. Partners can add keys to base tables and table extension tables.
This is the number one change and improvement.
Really?
For me.
Oh, do explain.
So let's say that a customer has a table, item ledger entries, let's say, and they have millions of entries in there. Microsoft delivers Business Central with certain indexes or keys on that table that allow it to sift through the data very quickly. Well, let's say you want to build a report that's based on those item ledger entries that uses a field that's not included in one of those keys.
Okay.
Right? When you have huge data volumes, without a key on that field, it takes a very long time to run that report or a query or whatever it is. And one of the significant potential issues was that you couldn't add a new key to the table, to a standard table, because Microsoft's protecting that standard table. Now you could add a key on that new custom field that you've added that you want to now build a report on. So the performance zips.
Gotcha.
And so now, by being able to add those keys, this is one of the, in my opinion, one of the last potential points of resistance to moving to Business Central Online.
Really? So what do you think is going to increase speed for the reports by what, 20, 50% more?
No, it could be thousands of percents faster.
Wow.
Yeah, right? You've added a custom field to the item ledger entry table called, item group or something for some reason, and now you want to build a report off of that. If you had to go through 5 million ledger entries to grab that data and sort it and group it by your custom field, it has to continuously go through all these records. By having an index or key on it, it has pre-organized the data in the database in a way that it can just quickly pull the data right off of there.
Nice.
So that is...
you heard it first. That's your number one.
That's my number one, right.